Welcome to another episode of the Lone Recruiter Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Clemenson, and if you're a recruiter out on your own or just lacking general advice or mentorship, you've come to the right place. Our episodes are designed to give you the motivation, the support, and the strategies you need to become the very best lone recruiter. So join us, grab a cup of coffee, and let's take your desk to another level. Now today, really interesting story happened to me. So a few weeks ago, I commented on someone's LinkedIn, and I basically was commenting to the fact that I had a young salesperson call me, and their pitch was terrible. I mean, it was stuttering, mumbling. There was no real, what's in it for me? There was no real offering. I have no idea what this guy was trying to sell me. All I know is that he was trying to sell me something. And I just politely said, no thanks, hung up. And I actually stopped for a moment, and I was at lunch because I was waiting for my order, and I thought, no, I'm going to call him back. And I called this kid back. I don't know. To this day, I can't remember what company it was from. I called him back, and he said, hello? And I said, hey, you just called me, and you pitched me something. He goes, yeah. And I said, I'm not here to buy. I'm here to help. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, your pitch was terrible. Have you had any training whatsoever with your pitch? He goes, no, I've just been told to call and sell this thing. I said, all right, get out a piece of paper, let's go. And I helped him craft a pitch. And it was amazing. You could tell he was super thankful, whatever. And the point of this isn't that, to gloat about doing anything there. I just thought it was the right thing to do. I had mentioned this in some comment on LinkedIn, and I just had a recruiter call me just now from New Zealand, and he just said, hey, I saw that you helped someone with their pitch. Can you help me with mine? I'm struggling. I went, okay, let's go. And I was in the car, so he caught me at a good time. And the point of this episode, and what I'm going to get to, is that what he thought was his issue with his desk, i.e. his pitch, he was thinking that was where his struggles was. Going down the journey and having my objectivity to look at his desk actually picked up that was not his issue. And let me tell you what happened. So he tells me the market he's in. It's a very broad, sort of no specialization. It's pretty much anything to anyone, which I already didn't like. But that's his lane. He's new to recruitment. He's got to work with what he's got. And he started talking to me about his pitch. He was actually quite naturally gifted on the phone. I don't believe that his pitch, so to speak, was his issue. So we started digging further, and after about 10 minutes of talking, we got to the point where he said, oh yeah, I've made about 16 sales calls this month. And I looked at my watch and said, it's the 11th of October. He said, yeah. And I said, so you've made 16 pitch calls in 11 days. You should be doing 16 pitch calls before lunch. And he just went, oh, okay. And we started digging. I just went, he has a quantity problem. He is not approaching enough. Like, to build a desk, you need to be everywhere. You need to be making a lot of calls, like more than when you are in the rhythm of a booming desk. So the point of this episode, and I'm telling you this in story form because always sometimes stories are easier to follow than just advice. But my point is that you need an accountability buddy, okay? An accountability buddy or someone that you can manage your desk with or ask questions for, because what you think your problem is or where you think your deficiencies are and where you think your solution lies, i.e., I need help with my pitch, may actually not be where your issue lies. That's just what you perceive it as being. You need that objectivity. You need someone who's got credibility, who's got experience, who has no emotional attachment to what you're doing or what you're trying to do. They don't have your excusiolgy. They don't have the BS that you tell yourself to make yourself feel good about what you're doing. You need that person in your life to be able to go, you know what? It's not your pitch. It's your quantity. You need to get through way more calls. And if you don't have someone like that in your life and you're a recruiter, it might be a mentor, might be a manager, it might be a friend, it might be a colleague, go and get yourself one now. It will change your life, okay? Accountability buddy, get someone who can point to where your BS is and really shine a light on where you're going to grow your desk and your earnings. So that's what I have time for you today. If you got anything out of this, please share it. I think the younger recruiters will get something out of this, so please share it with your buddies. Repost it on LinkedIn. Really appreciate that. Give us a 5-star review. We love those. As always, have an amazing day, and may all your deals come true.